Where's your spin? Why didn't you spin?
No spin.
What do you mean? I spin. What about your spin?
That was a terrible spin. What's going on, guys?
Ooh,
I'm SimpleSimon.
2 spins in a row now.
I'm your comic book noob. Welcome to the NOOB Rebirth. I'm here at Big City Comics as usual with my boy Mark. Say hi, Mark.
Who's the boy? There's no boy.
With the old man Mark. Say
Old
hi,
man
old Mark. There you go.
Yeah, that's
Today
right.
we're going to talk about comic books and what releases we're looking forward to that are coming out in the next couple of months. 3 titles each, and I'm also going to talk about 3 covers that I'm excited for.
Ah, yeah, of course, Mr. Cover Boy.
All the cover buyers.
All the cover boy.
That's right. Let's do this. Three books each that we're going to talk about that are our picks for the upcoming months. Should I start? Should the noob start?
The noob should start.
Because I tell you what, all my little reviews will go for about 30 seconds and his will go for about 30 minutes. So my first one is actually a book that's coming out next week. So by the time this video comes out, it might already have come out.
Yeah, that's right. He's still excited for it. It's okay.
That's okay. So my first one is Click Click Boom from Image Comics, written by...
Oh my god.
I've got my references here.
Doug
Wagner. Doug Wagner, who wrote
Plastic.
Vinyl,
Plastic.
Plush. I actually haven't
Plush,
read.
yeah.
I haven't actually read any of those, but I've heard really good things about it.
You'd love it because you're into kink.
Okay. Feet apparently.
Hashtag feet guy.
But yeah, I've heard really good things about all those books. So let me read the synopsis quickly because it's very short and gives you a little bit of an
And
idea.
this is a guy came in and said, I'm prepared more.
I wasn't going to memorize the bloody thing.
That's what you call preparation, mate, is having shit memorized.
Actor. All right. Meet Sprout, a mute assassin, who communicates exclusively through Polaroid pictures. There's like
Don't talk to the camera, not me.
There's like the thing, right? Because Plush and all those things, they have like a little.
You got any visuals to show people?
There'll be visuals. Like right now, I'll just put a cover, boom, right there. That's what the cover looks like.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's about a mute assassin who communicates through Polaroid pictures. Because all those other titles that he's written, like what was the one with the doll in it?
Yeah, Plastic.
Yeah. So like they all have a thing, right?
Absolutely.
It's like you don't have to tell me what the story is. You just have to tell me what the thing is.
Yeah,
for me to be
absolutely.
like, that sounds.
And
interesting.
we're not spoiling anything with any because he usually puts it on the synopsis.
Yeah. So it says, being raised by her doomsday prepping grandfather in the rolling hills of Idaho, Sprout has never been around other people, watched TV, or seen clothes outside of army fatigues. Now she's headed to the big lights of New York City to avenge her grandfather's murder. But will the city's mesmerizing glitz and glam help her succeed, or be the death of her? So what I feel like it's got vibes of is, you know, movies like Encino Man and Coming to America, the people who are kind of like introduced to this new world and they just don't know how to act in that world. I feel like it's going to have a lot of that in it.
I don't.
No? But in the meantime, she's a badass assassin.
He's not that kind of writer.
No?
Right? So he's a dark comedy.
But you don't think...
That's what all it is. It's dark. It's just dark.
But if you look at the cover,
Comedy.
it's got her done up with coloured hair, fancy sunglasses.
That's what he
and all
does.
this sort of
If
stuff.
you see Plastic, if he's a cover for Plastic and Plush, they're the same. It's what he does.
Anyway, I feel like there'll be aspects of that. Anyway, I'm like,
Who's more prepared here?
I feel like
my list and I know more about it.
I feel like there'll be aspects of like that sort of vibe of someone in a whole new world. In the meantime, she's actually like a kick-ass.
Yeah, it's actually not too bad. Doug Wagner's he's a niche. You know,
really?
Yeah, like he's not for everyone, absolutely, and he's very suited to the indie.
But I like dark.
Yeah, and hashtag dark fetish guy.
All right, what do you got?
So first we're going to start off with Conan. I'm old school. I don't have to use my phone. I'm old man Mark. All right. So what I
timer on, let's see how long.
Okay, so what I'm talking about is the Switch. It's the new license that Conan is on. So the comic book company that took it on is Titan Comics. They're known for gun hunting. That's one thing. They're known for a lot of gaming comic books. You know, like gaming. You know, video game adaptions or video game, you know, stories.
Any license that they can actually probably afford or get their hands on, you know.
So they're known for that. You know, a lot of the obscure games though. So they've been around for a very long time. They're known a lot more for Doctor Who. They're a lot, yeah. Anyway, so what I feel about this book is the artwork looks amazing, right? It looks very old school, right? Very Buscema, if anyone knows who that is. There's an old school 70s artist who drew Conan in the 70s for Marvel. Absolutely fantastic, right? And this has got that feel. But how I feel about the writer...
I was about to say, who writes it?
Yeah, so the writer is a guy named Zeb Wells. He's currently writing Amazing Spider-Man at the moment.
I've heard some not so great things about it. Not so amazing
Not
things
so
about it.
great. Look, I'm not gonna diss writers because it's their trade. But you know, he's not my cup of tea. When Conan was with Marvel, just recently, I read the Jason Aaron run, the 12 issues that Jason Aaron did, and it was really good. And even the King Conan arc, the 4 issues, it was really good. He really was an original story. You know, that wasn't part of Robert E. Howard's line. It was just a Robert E. Howard character.
And did he write the character well? Like as
He
far
did.
as like,
He did.
Because people get really upset with writers
Absolutely,
when
and that's what I'm gonna
they
go
make
into.
the character do something that's out of character, right?
And that's what I'm going to go into next.
Yeah.
After Jason Aaron, Zeb Wells took over. I'm not happy. It just felt like he didn't know the character, who he was, and put him in situations that I think Conan would never put himself in. So,
Can you give us an example?
He had Conan gambling.
Okay.
Conan, look, he just wasn't a gambler. You know, the only thing he cared about was money, booze, and girls.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, they hear the lamentation of their women.
Yeah, I just thought the gambling thing was out of character. So yeah, I dropped it like a sack of shit.
All it takes to upset comic book fans.
Right? Especially with Conan, right? What happens with a license is that when a new company buys a license, they buy a back catalogue as well. Everything comes with them. It happened with Dark Horse when they lost Conan.
Does that mean all the
catalogue,
Marvel books?
all the Marvel books.
Really?
Yeah, everything. All the back catalogue go to Titan.
So they can reprint all that?
Absolutely.
Wow, I didn't know
Right?
that.
And Marvel cannot print any of it. I feel that this is a story that Zeb Wells wrote and was never published. And because they bought the license and the back catalogue, that's why he's writing this. That's why they put this in print now. And I want to see if he's learned.
First page, Conan's in the casino.
It looks awesome. Like, it looks really good.
My next pick is something that you'll probably know more about as well. I'm actually very unprepared for this one. I just picked it because I'm kind of surprised to see it in comic form. So I kind of got a little bit excited, and it's Fire and Ice, which is based on the old Frank Frazetta film. That movie I watched when I was a little kid. My dad actually loved it. My dad was a big Frazetta fan.
I think we all are. If you're into fantasy, Frazetta and Vallejo, Boris Vallejo, the two that always come to mind.
Yeah, but I remember as a kid him showing me Fire and Ice. He's like, "Oh, this is really good." And that cartoon is a little bit too.
So the animated movie that you love, Star
Chaser.
Star Chaser. This is along the
Exactly. Right. So that was back then. So I was watching Star Chaser, which is more of an adult.
And also along the lines of the Lord of the Rings animated movie.
Okay, that I don't think I watched.
It was typical Frazetta, damsel in distress, not much clothes on, that sort of thing. And as teenage boys, I suppose. We were like mesmerised.
I was less than teenage.
I was mesmerised by the dude with the axe and the.
I was just mesmerised by the half-naked ladies.
And who's writing this magnificent story?
It would be
in comic books.
Bill Willingham. Tell me about Bill Willingham.
So if anyone doesn't know about Bill Willingham,
wait. Fables.
Yeah, Fables. He wrote Fables in the 90s for Vertigo.
Prepared guy.
Yeah, very, very good book. One of my favourite books at the time.
I heard very good things about it. Yes.
Oh, it was great. And he's writing a continuation of it at the moment, a 12-issue continuation. Yes. And he also wrote one of the great runs in Tim Drake's Robin run in the 90s.
But I mean, does he have a certain style of writing, or is
very character driven? Very, very character driven. Story driven, of course, but with character driven, its story falls in place.
On from the sword and sorcery, what do we got next?
My next is what I want to talk about is Immortal Thor. So there's one more or two more issues to come out for the current Thor run, which saddens me. Not only because Donny Cates has left, and the other writer was carried on really well, ending that series. Al Ewing, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Ewing.
Ewing, yeah, he's writing it, but it looks like it's a to the past, like, you know, because he's in his old costume, that sort of thing. So I'm not too excited about it. I thought, you know,
you're not too excited about it. What did you pick it?
I love Thor, and no, I'm just reviewing it. I mean, I love Thor, and look, I'll probably pick up maybe the first issue to see what it's like, or the first couple of issues. But you know, if Al Ewing can do what he did to, you know, Immortal Hulk and, you know, Guardians and everything else that he touches, never had a bad review in some people's eyes. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I've never read him, so I can't really say if it's going to be good or bad. But I'm saddened, and I'm not too excited. But I'll check it out anyway.
So one of his picks out of these 3 picks of the upcoming months is a book he's not excited for.
That's right. Not excited.
Unprepared. My last one is definitely not one that you would have chosen, but I'm going to read the synopsis because it is just, I guess it's more of a graphic novel maybe than a comic book, but it's called Superman versus Meshi.
It's a graphic novel.
Let me read you the little synopsis.
Sure.
All right. So, Clark Kent visits Japan as Superman, traveling the country in pursuit of Meshi. What is Meshi? A new villain? A new ally? None of those! It's all about restaurants and exciting new food as Superman tours culinary delights. I'm gonna read the shit out of this. No, I like my comic books serious, but when it's so outrageously stupid, I want to read it. It's hungry work being Superman. That's why every day for lunch in Superman vs. Meshi, Superman makes a quick stopover in Japan to try a new chain restaurant. Whether it's a hearty bowl of curry or conveyor belt sushi, the man still loves to indulge in the delectable delicacies the country has to offer. He'll even share a meal with the other members of the Justice League from time to time in hopes of showing them an incredible culinary experience. Does that excite you, Mark?
No.
Are you not a foodie? Do you not like food?
I love food.
How would you not want to know what Superman thinks of food in Japan?
I don't want to know what Superman's. Who gives a shit?
So these are like anime, so they're written by like Japanese creators, I believe. I don't know the full story, like these might be like stories that are released in Japan and now they're coming to DC. I think that's what it is. And they're gonna be more like a manga, I guess. And I believe the size is not quite manga size, I think it's actually a little bit bigger. But
yeah, they're doing a lot of a Batman one.
Yeah, there's one Batman one where like, bless you. There's a Batman one where Joker raises Batman as a child or something like that. So there's just outrageous sort of stuff. And again, normally I'm not into that kind of silliness, but when it's just so silly, I'm into it.
So who's writing it? Who's drawing it?
It's all in Japanese style as well, which is very cool. So it's by Satoshi Miyagawa, who also I think has written the Batman one, and he's got another Superman one as well. And illustrated by Kai Katago. I'm not too familiar. Oh, these are the other titles. Oh, what's Batman doing? Superman. Come on.
He's riding on his back.
He's got food in his mouth. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I'm excited because I mean, it's like because manga and comic books are so different, even though they're technically the same thing. I think I like the world when they mesh. So anyway, that's my third pick.
Pretty shocking.
What you got, Mark?
So I'm going to go with the DC event this year.
And a whole event?
A whole event.
It's cheating.
So 2 months of the event. DC, Dawn of DC Night Terrors. So this is the free comic book that they gave out through free comic book day, so like a prelude. So, you know, massive checklist. Make sure you pre-order all those books at your local SCS, local comic shop. So. Yeah, I mean, look, every title and some extras. So the regular issue of Batman, right, is being stopped, and for 2 months they're going to Night Terrors.
Every ongoing title, right?
Every ongoing and plus some extras. So, for instance, Zatanna. You know, and
is there a Zatanna book?
There is a Zatanna Night Terrors.
Oh, okay, but there's no Zatanna book.
Correct.
But yeah, all your ongoing series, Nightwing and all that.
It looks okay. It looks, you know, it looks very interesting. Everyone is liking what Joshua Williamson is doing with the DC universe, as do I. I mean, they're a comic book company. Same with Marvel. They're comic book companies, so they have to always come up with new stuff, and that's fine. That's what their business is. And if as a comic book store, putting a comic book store head on, if we didn't have new comics, then we would complain about that. And also our sales would drop. New stuff generates new sales. So I'm all happy to read it and to get it in the store, of course. And I'm very interested. I mean, it's all about magic. It's got a magic element to it. And the art looks amazing, right? By Fabuk.
That art looks amazing.
Fabuk.
It feels like a mix between Deceased and death metal.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I would say
Tom
that.
Taylor brilliance and Scott Snyder garbage.
Oh, you're going to ruffle a lot of feathers there. Like I said, it looks interesting. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do.
All right, so we'll just finish up quickly. For all the cover buyers, I've got 3 of my covers that I'm excited to own. All right, you ready for this?
Sure.
You guys know I love movie homage covers. So there's one coming out which I saw, I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't have any books that have homaged. I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened, but it's Liquid Kill issue 6.
The Kill Bill.
Yes, the
cover.
Kill Bill cover. Very, very cool. Man, homage covers are just coming out like crazy.
They're very popular.
like, you go through your previews magazines and it's just homage city, right?
That alien one for Exiled that you showed last week in your comic hall.
Great.
Very good.
My next one is another indie. This is an artist that I'm really a fan of. You know, I'm a big Carla Cohen fan, but this artist is really rivaling Carla Cohen. Her name's Selena. She goes by one name.
Oh, one name like Madonna
Or Zendaya.
or Prince.
Anyway, her cover for Heatseeker, I'm picking up. Very cool. A lot more classy than all the other ones that are coming out. But I just think she's got that real sort of almost photo real sort of style to her, and it's awesome. And she followed me back on Instagram. How about that?
That's the only reason why he liked
No,
it.
I made a post about one of her covers, like saying that she's becoming one of my favorite cover artists. And followed me back. What a legend. The last one, I got to throw in some Jenny Frison. It was tough to pick because she's got the Red Sonja cover coming out, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm just going to give a little bit of a plug there for it, but that's not the cover I'm picking. That is a fantastic cover though. But the only problem with that cover is the trade dress is in a shit place. I don't like that.
Yes.
And the Virgin is an $80 comic book, so I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to go with her cover for Harley Quinn issue 2. This is the Night Terrors Harley Quinn issue 2. I love playing cards, like I collect them and things like that. And any cover that sort of has a relation to cards, I'm all about it. So she's done this really cool Harley Quinn cover for Terror. So she's got Harley on the top, and then underneath you've got the Nightmare Harley. Yeah. So they're my 3 cover picks for the upcoming months. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know what you thought of today's show. Obviously, we spent a lot of episodes talking about other things like movies and shows and things. So we do want to go back to our roots and start talking about comic books. So let us know if you care about what we have to think about this comic. Everyone cares about you, Mark, but no one seems to care about me anymore. That's the problem.
Because you're not prepared.
I was prepared today.
You weren't prepared.
You picked a book that you're not even looking forward to.
That is not prepared. Yes, and that's how much thought I gave it. I'm not prepared.
Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on the video. We'd appreciate it. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time, say bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
Keep it simple. We'll have it in the. You'll see it in the main shot. All right.
He's the boss. You hear that? He's the boss. The boss man.
Better believe it.
Better believe it.
All right.
Oh, what do you mean?
You want to jump in?
Can't we get the shot together?
We're okay being in the shot together.